Now, where have we seen this? Anybody new? Maybe you haven't seen this before, but I'll pull this up. This is the price action that we see lots of times. And this is in the Tuesday Trader Review I believe it's called Identifying Trends. And you'll hear me say, the trend is your friend until the end. What does that mean? So when we bottom, right, first thing we want to see to show maybe we're getting bullish is a low that is a higher low, right? So if this is our low, we now have a higher low, right? And this was our temporary high. Now we have a higher high. If we get a higher low again, that can indicate an even higher high. If we hold the higher low, that can indicate a higher high. Now, the first indication that we may be breaking down from this uptrend is the first time we get a lower high. When we get a lower high, if we then break our trend line, make a lower low, we can expect a lower high. And if we get that lower high, we can somewhat expect a lower low. So an uptrend is consistently making higher highs and higher lows and holding your trend line. A downtrend is making lower highs, lower lows, and finding resistance on that trend, right? So same thing. How do we know this downtrend is going to end then? Well, if we break it and then make a higher low, we can expect a higher high. And if we do see that higher high, now we know to load up on our next higher low, right? So let's go back to Solana right now. We've identified that even in the real price action you see here, right? Higher high, higher low, the consistency of higher highs and higher lows until we start to see the lower high, lower lows, and we break trend. And then you can know you can enter on the next high, expecting lower lows, right? Now that we've ripped, go back to the chart with all my lines on it. I'm going to erase a bunch of this shit so you can see a little more. If we don't make, so we've continued to make a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Are we going to make the higher high? I don't know. But if we make a lower high, and then if we see a lower low, this is our last low. If we see a lower low, and then we see a lower high, okay, now's when I'm really looking at opening up shorts to see the lower lows, lower high, and maybe lower lows. And this could continue until what? We see potentially that higher low, the break of the downtrend, and the retest giving us the higher high. Now it's time to load up. We've broke the downtrend. We've made the higher low. Look to make the higher high, higher low. See how the patterns repeat themselves over and over and over. And that's what I kind of see here is if we make the higher low, and Thor is saying, look, if we hit this point, expect to take profits at least here, and maybe we will continue to see that higher high, right? Maybe this will all be part of one move, and we do get higher highs. But maybe we find resistance, and if we get a lower low, right, this was our last low, if we get a low below that, It's probably now underneath the white line, underneath the short-term EMA, and it's probably going to start to break down between underneath of this long-term trend. And if we're losing this long-term trend, we're losing holding on the EMA. We're probably also going to lose holding on the RSI and potentially see it do something like this, right? And kind of the same thing. You got your downtrend, right? So these are definitely realistic zones for my own TA, and having Thor calls right there tells me if we don't make the higher high and if we drop to the lower low, basically next time, and then Thor probably will have some calls to say, hey, enter on the lower high and then get ready to take profits near these points. And then you could go long and take profits. Go short, take profit, go long, take profit.